One of the things YouTubers like to do is make videos looking back at their earlier videos and cringing. Unfortunately, I can't do this because even my earlier videos were fucking awesome. However, I get my earlier videos were much more egocentric, very self-centered on the shit that happened to me, much like my stand-up, and therefore didn't pick up a lot of traction. So here I have made you like a best of video, best of my golden oldies. An idiot opened his mouth and it annoyed me again. Basically, I was in a coffee shop, just sat down. The waiter brought my coffee over, and the guy next to me says to the waiter, "Could you ask the gentleman to move? I need to get out." Now, firstly, this showed the idiot had no understanding of basic spatial dynamics, and the table had another side which he could happily get out of that wasn't obstructed. Secondly, why did he need to ask the waiter to ask me? You see, thinking waiters are the only people that can translate English into spastic. Therefore, he needed to go through the translator. I'm like sitting there going, "Hey, I can hear what you're saying, douchebag. Why don't you just ask me?" But yeah, I think sometimes people are scared of approaching disabled people, but think about it logically. Why be scared? What can we do that able-bodied people can't? Fucking nothing, because we're disabled. So if you're going to be scared of able-bodied people. An able-bodied person could have turned around, smacked the fucking idiot in the teeth. I couldn't do that. I'm safe. There are a lot of questions I ask that other people don't. Like growing up, I used to ask, why can't I run like other kids? Why don't the other kids play with me? Or why did the scary man touch me? A question I find myself asking more recently, which I'm sure very few of you do it. Why is my naan bread in such fucking small pieces? I'll go to a restaurant and ask them to cut my naan bread up into just like strips, but over time the pieces go smaller and smaller, and because of the surface area get cooler quicker, they become fucking horrible. Suddenly, I got it. What used to happen is they cut it up into strips of 8, but not cut properly, so the cuts aren't clean. I end up picking up one piece and the whole naan bread comes up with like strips but still joined up, so I'll be holding it like a paper silhouette puppet thing going, "Hey waiter, we have a problem, can you cut this again?" And due to a slight language barrier and me talking like a fucking spastic, "Cut this again," obviously got interpreted as cut this smaller, not make sure the cuts are fucking clean. So dear fans, I ask you, how should I ask for my naan bread to be cut up so it's cut cleanly, but not into really small bits that go cold quickly? This is important. I need your help. I was walking in my walker and some guy goes to me, "It's nice to see you walking." I genuinely don't understand what the statement fucking means. I mean, it's important I walk so my legs get stretched, okay, but when I walk I'm distinctly wobbly and in danger of falling over. So effectively he's saying it's nice to see you in danger. What a cunt. Okay, this one's pretty much a rant with very few jokes. Hopefully the next one will be back to form. People who do dumb, stupid things piss me off, but no shit. But how people react to dumb, stupid things sometimes pisses me off even more. Now, I'm not saying it's okay to kill babies if you say sorry afterwards. All I'm saying is it does show a bit of empathy and self-awareness. Okay, looking back at these now, I did take a while to get to the punchline, and the punchline wasn't particularly strong, so I guess if I want to do anecdotes again, I should just get on with it. I had a gig in London the other day, which I took the girlfriend to. Yeah, I had a girlfriend at the time. That didn't last. And afterwards, we went outside to wait for a taxi. Now, I would never say disabled people belong together or should be with each other because they're disabled. But if you see two disabled people together, it is even less likely that one of them is faking having a disability. So we were standing there where me standing, her sitting, waiting for a taxi, and this drunk comes up to me, walks straight into me, knocks me over. And as I'm lying there, his mate looks at me. I'm expecting an apology, and then the fucking cunt goes, "Oh, come on." Okay, looking back at this, I was trying to recite a genuine factual story as if it were stand-up. Now, when you're telling a story on stage, trade secret, you embellish a bit to make it funnier. This had no embellishment, so yeah, this one is a bit shit. Get up! What the fuck? Does he think I'm like a Premiership footballer diving to get sympathy, and one who would fake being disabled and being with a girl who's so disabled just to get more sympathy? Who do something like this? Yeah, this sounds like a stand-up routine, but with no punchlines. If I wanted sympathy from a random drunk, I'd pretend I was mentally disabled, so he'll buy me a pint. Which, if you watch my videos, you know isn't a joke and it's something I genuinely do. Yeah, actually, maybe these old ones weren't that great after all. I was in the gym the other day and I had 6 words which annoyed me more like corporate greed, famine and genocide combined. These 6 words were, he likes to do it himself. Now I was adjusting the machine, getting it ready to facilitate these huge muscles, and oops, this is massively awkward. Looking back, I'm discovering that apart from few moments, these were quite shit, actually. Well, it's a good job at doing the amazing social commentary stuff I'm doing now.